Hey guys, I'm here to talk to you guys today about the SOG Tanto Mini Vulcan. This is a great little knife. I actually bought this knife for my girlfriend. Well, actually no. Let's see. I bought that for myself, but I didn't like it so much. I was gonna sell it, but my girlfriend wanted it, so I just gave it to her. All right. Let's get into it. Has a blade length of 3 inches, handle length of 4.5 inches, with overall length of 7 inches. It weighs 3.6 ounces. I am sorry I don't have my scale right now, so you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. And I bought this knife for $95 on eBay. That's the cheapest I could find it for. It's a little more expensive on the SOG website. I'm not sure quite how much, but it was quite a bit of money. Anyways, this knife features an arc lock, a flipper. You can see here it's got that SOG arc lock that you can use it ambidextrously, whichever hand you want, and it's got a flipper right here. I think it's a good addition. Some knives are good with flippers, some not so much. It has a thumb stud, a really nice thumb stud at that actually. It's got this big generous lanyard hole over here. You guys can put your lanyards there. You guys, I'm pretty sure that's thick enough for 50 paracord. Definitely thick enough for that. Onto the blade details. It's got a thickness of 3.5 millimeters. The width of the blade at the widest point is 7/8 of an inch, and I believe that's right here. It's made out of VG10 metal. It's really good metal, and it's got this mirror polish finish, and it's got this lamination over it. If you can see right here, this little line where the lamination ends, and the metal is separated from it. You can't really pick at it or anything. It's actually extremely smooth. You can only see that line there, but it's not something you can kind of touch with your nail or anything. You can't really feel it. I give this ready sharpness of this knife 4 out of 5 stars, or I guess points. I don't know. 4 out of 5. I'm meaning that it was sharp enough to slice paper beautifully, but not quite sharp enough to shave with. Blade variations. This comes in Tanto and a drop point kind of blade. It's basically the same thing, except this point over here is just made rounder. So really, if I cover this like that, it looks exactly like the other one. There is really no difference. The difference is minimal. Let's talk about the handle materials. This is made out of Zytel, and it's got this diamond texture. As you can see here, it's very nice actually. I really like it. It's grippy, and you can grab onto it nicely, but it's not gonna tear up your jeans like that really rough G10 from the Recon 1, for example. It's pretty light too. The handle is actually pretty comfortable. It doesn't have really edges that stick out over here. Don't bother you so much because of that soft material. And it's got liners, as you can see here, not skeletonized. Sorry guys, it doesn't make too much of a difference anyways. It's too small of a knife. The overall ergonomics for this, I would say, are excellent. I really like this thumb jimping up here. It provides really nice traction. It really bites your thumb. And for reverse grip too, it actually feels very nice. Very nice knife, this mini knife. Okay, the deployment. This you can deploy with the thumb stud or the flipper. It does not have unfortunately, any pocket snag feature that comes with it, but I'm sure you could add one of those little pins that stick out over here. There's YouTube videos about that. That show how to do that, how to add a wave feature kind of thing to any knife with a thumb stud that can be unscrewed. It's pretty fast. The fastest way to open this, I would say, you would think it's a flipper, but actually it's not. It requires too much wrist action. You just get the thumb here, right here, the thumb stud, down this thumb slide, and you just flick it out like that. You don't need to use the wrist at all. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the fastest way to open it. This lock is really nice. if you can see here, guys, you can kind of see how it works. The blade has this, the tang of the blade has this shape over here, where the lock kind of locks in like that, but it very easily is pushed over to the side and starts sliding open until it gets to that groove right there, and it kind of slides in like that. The groove is kind of a shape like this, so has this shape, so when the lock comes in, it pushes up against the round edge, leaving room for wear and tear. So as it wears down, it'll only move up further, but it shouldn't allow any blade play. It's pretty cool. The strength is great. I'm pretty sure this was proven to hold over 1,000 pounds. I haven't seen it, but I've only heard, so I don't really know what to believe. It does have, sadly enough, blade play. As soon as out of the box, it had this very minimal blade play. See if you can hear this. Up and down. You would not notice it unless you were looking for it and doing this. If I hadn't done this, I never would have noticed it. So it's pretty good, actually. It bothers me a lot, but not for any particular reason, just because I would rather it didn't have it. Not that it has failed or anything, or that it's weak. It's actually really strong still, regardless of that. It's got excellent one-handed use. Yeah, I've already said that. There you go. Opens really quickly. This is not a spring-assisted knife, guys. The first time I saw a video on it, I thought it was spring-assisted, but no, it just has really smooth opening. The carry method of this has a pocket clip that can be reversed to either left or right side, tip up only. It's got this really cool deep writing pocket clip that kind of conceals the knife all the way, even though it's obvious that it's still a knife, because no one carries pens in their pockets, especially pens with metal clips. So, you know, you might be thinking you're kind of sneaky, but everyone knows you have a knife in your pocket. Anyways, the practicality of this knife, let's get into that. It's great, perfect for utility uses. It's not a very scary knife, so you can whip it out in public, people won't freak out. For self-defense and non-lethality, self-defense, perfect. For non-lethality, also perfect. Look, you don't even have to open it, and you have this little point up here. It's great for as a striker, if you're gonna like strike up to someone's temple or down on someone like that. Even this part here is just excellent for that. I wouldn't say great for survival. I think the blade is too short, and you would want a longer blade for batoning and stuff like that. But I think the lock would actually hold up, so that's pretty cool. Combat. This knife is, although small, 3 inches is plenty of blade to like kill people with. So if you're thinking of getting a knife to take onto the military with, to train with, to train to fight with, this would be actually an excellent knife. It's actually pretty light. It's light and it's very maneuverable, very lightweight, and I already said that. It's very easy to use actually for close quarters. You just might have to get a little closer. You don't have so much reach, but this is plenty to kill someone if you know what you're doing with it. And last but not least, my personal experience with it. The first thoughts of this was extremely sharp and ergonomic. I really liked it. It was really cool. I really like the VG10. It's amazing. I like knives that I can take everywhere. I can take this knife everywhere. It's not mine anymore, but I could. I could take it swimming, and it would actually extremely rust resistant. So this is great. I think that's why it's that's actually the main reason why it's almost $100. The dislikes, I really dislike the slight blade play, even though it doesn't really, it's just me. It's not gonna bother anyone else. And I think it's a little too small for EDC. I think the perfect EDC size would actually be 4 inches. It just gives you an extra inch just to do more things with. Anyways, guys, so I'm not gonna be modifying this knife because it's not mine. And yeah, I don't know, it's a good knife. If you're looking into it, definitely take into account all these things I talked about. Thank you very much for watching my videos, and please subscribe and comment or share my videos. Alright guys, you guys have a good one.